Alright, what we have here is the FN57. There you go, 57. There's the round it fires. There's your 20 round magazine. And I'm not a big fan of having the optic on the sliding rail, which I've seen a lot of people put the optic right here on the back of the sliding rail. I don't like the optics to be on the moving part, so I want a stationary optic. So what I did is I had a secondary USM that came in when I did a double order through some companies, the other one being on a different weapon right now. And I tried fitting it on here, and unfortunately, while as you can see it's perfectly mounted, I've already fired it, it's already dialed in, zeroed for 15 yards, is unfortunately with these takedown notch right here, I had to cut this portion, had a machine shop cut it off. So you've got one primary mount here, you got two primary mounts there, and as you can see, it is straight down the line. Notice that it's kind of high, but there's your dot right there. So your grip is going to be a little bit off, but like I said, I've already dialed it in. It's very smooth firing, and the optic is not on the actual moving slide rail. Now, if there's any question about it being in the way, as you can see, the ejection port is clear of the mount and the cycle movement. So here you can see rounds in the chamber, clear, and it will eject around no issues. When in the locked position, as you can see, it is up under, but as it cycles, having already fired in the range, there is no issue with clearance. So, notice weapons on safe. Okay. Now you can see your front sight post and the rear sight post, so you can get a good sight picture there. Or you can go up to the optic, and all you do is just adjust your hands a little bit, adjust your stance a little bit, and you can fire off that red dot mount. Now, like I said, this is a temporary mount. I'm going to wait for the Bersa Fastfire 3 to come out, and that'll actually lower that optic a little bit further down, so it'll be a little bit lower, a little bit less clutter in the way. And I'm actually planning on ordering 2 of those, and they come out for my other weapon as well. I'm not planning on putting a laser on this one, although I may decide in the future too. But as you can see, the mount does come with the capability of mounting a laser. I've already tested the Laser Max red dot system on there to make sure it's actually on my other pistol. So there it is. Another way to mount an optic, once again with a slight modification of cutting that rail off. And I can say this much, I fired 150 rounds through this at the gun range with the optic, and it stayed zeroed the whole time with no issues, and I'm very happy with the performance and stability with that 3-rail system on there. The other only downside is this universal scope mount, while it's a great mount for optics on top of any weapon that has that Weaver mount, that you do have to actually remove the mount to disassemble the weapon. And it's the same for my other weapons as well. Now, I have not returned to the range to fire it after I clean the weapon, so I will give a review later on to anyone out there interested in putting this USM on their weapons as to whether repositioning it back in the same position and tightening it down is going to alter the zero of that optic at any point.